Hey everyone, Token Dave over here, Turkey Token Black Guy who's just trying to get by. And welcome to another edition of the Godzilla Garage, where I exclusively talk about Godzilla and Godzilla related content. This edition of the Godzilla Garage is in conjunction with the Token 5, my top 5 list for a particular subject matter. For the first Godzilla Garage of 2019, we're going to focus in on the Showa Era, the first series of Godzilla movies. Over the Thanksgiving break, I marathoned these movies for the first time in 20 years, but this is also the first time I marathoned them all in Japanese. And man, it made me realize my favorite Godzilla movies really don't align with the majority of the Gene fans. So, I figured that I should share what my favorite Godzilla movies are within the Showa era. Disclaimer, I am not going to count Gojira, because that's going to be number one, and I'm not going to cop out that way. So, here are Token Dave's 5 favorite Godzilla movies, not counting Gojira. Number 5, Godzilla on Monster Island, or Godzilla vs. Gigan. You know, this is the period where a lot of people view Godzilla as, cheesy guy in costume fighting other monsters, and it's evident that Toho cut the budget and the quality of the movies are a shadow of its former self. That said, this one is a huge guilty pleasure because I actually do like the lovable losers in this movie, and I also like the villains, these alien cockroaches who are taking themselves very serious, that it has me wondering, are the actors taking themselves so serious because they know how ridiculous this plot is and they're trying not to laugh? My personal take. But of course, the show stealer are the kaijus. Godzilla teaming up with Anguirus and King Ghidorah teaming up with Gigan. One of the best kaiju in the ever created, which just sucks that his movies have not been as great. This is also, the second time that we got Kenshiro Satsuma in a kaiju role. This time he's playing Gigan, and this is the last time we see Haruo Nakajima playing Godzilla. Number 4, Son of Godzilla. Whoa, wait, whoa. Chill. I understand. I hear the hatred coming out. Let me explain. First, let's get these two things out of the way. Number 1, worst Godzilla costume in a movie ever. Okay? Get that out of the way. Number 2, I understand the hate Manila gets. He's annoying. He's weak. He's just a little herb that Godzilla has to rescue all the time. You can't see him being the heir to Godzilla's throne. Alright? I understand that. I also feel that this hatred is mainly because of his part in Godzilla's Revenge, or All Monsters All Out Attack, the worst Godzilla movie in the whole franchise, which now is in question due to the anime trilogy. But all that out the way, why do I like this movie so much? It's entertaining, and it's innocent entertainment that very much resembles an old school Warner Brothers movie. And yes, this is a time period where they're focusing Godzilla's focused mainly in kid-friendly territory. And this is not a bad outing. And to be honest, Manila is not as bad in this movie. He acts like a kid. And, yeah, that annoys a lot of y'all, I understand. But, it is called Son of Godzilla. And, he's very innocent, naive, and, kind of charming. And this movie does have that charm to it. And this is our introduction to a Goromaki in the Godzilla franchise. And when everybody goes crazy, it's entertaining to watch. Plus the kaijus themselves, the practical effects with the Kumanga and Kamacuras, it's done fairly well. And this has one of the best endings of all the Godzilla movies. So, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I have no shame in saying that but I do understand the hate, all right? Number 3, Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. The movie that drastically shifted, the Godzilla character and is responsible for basically, the reputation Godzilla has as, B-movie cheese done effectively well. This is the movie that introduced King Ghidorah, Godzilla's arch nemesis, and made him one of the most biggest badasses of all villains. Come on. It takes 3 Daikaijus, Godzilla, Mothra, and the introduction of Rodan into the Godzilla franchise, my favorite Godzilla ally, I must add. And this is a good first outing for Ghidorah, and this is a good change if Godzilla and Rodan becoming allies or in a kid-friendly direction, Plus, one of the best lines of the whole franchise, Godzilla with terrible language. Awesome. Number 2, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. I am surprised how many Jun Fukuda movies are on my list, because even though he is the guy that directed more movies, with the exception of Hishiro Honda, his movie direction has... But that said, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla is just awesome. Mechagodzilla fighting Anguirus, Mechagodzilla fighting Godzilla, Mechagodzilla fighting Godzilla and King Caesar. Other than King Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla comes out a complete badass, and the movie is so freaking entertaining. Despite too many human characters, it is still fast-paced and moving, and, it is just a blast from start to finish. Number 1, Mothra vs. Godzilla, or Godzilla vs. Mothra, or Godzilla vs. Thing. Damn, the Mothra vs. Godzilla movies has more names than Fletch. Anyway, yes, this is my favorite Godzilla movie of the Showa era, not counting the original. Great human characters, great setup, Godzilla as a villain. My second favorite Godzilla costume, actually. The fight between Godzilla vs. Mothra, the fight between Godzilla vs. the Mothra Larva. Even the Shobijin are not as annoying, with the exception of, them calling for the egg to hatch. Other than that, though, this movie is just balls to the wall, great, awesome special effects, awesome direction, great human characters, the kaiju coming off as either anti-heroes or villains. This movie is definitely a highlight of the whole franchise, and is by far my favorite movie of the Showa era, not counting the original. Agree? Disagree? Drop me a comment below. Give me a like. Follow me on Facebook at Token Dave, or on Twitter and Instagram at TokenDave80. Subscribe. Ring that bell so you know when a new video loads. But until then, this has been Token Dave, dorky token black guy who's just trying to get by. Catch all of y'all later. And if you want, tell me what are your favorite Showa era movies in the comments below.